Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game 5 of the North American 2016 Winter Championship Semifinal. I'm Caster Qualk, and this match is going to feature Zen Style on his Tempo Mage up against Puffin's Oil Rogue. Now, just in case you're joining us, this is Game 5, and the winner will continue on to the Grand Finals. Now, Zen with a really strong opening hand here. He's got both of his Mana Worms, he's got a couple spells, and he's got the coin, which is incredibly important for both of these classes, actually, but also definitely important for the mage, just because you get so much extra flexibility. You can use the coin to get out 2 early Mana Worms. You can use the coin, it gives the Mana Worm an attack. It allows you to play more spells with the Sorcerer's Apprentice. It's just overall a really, really strong opening hand right now for Zen. He's off to a great start so far. He could choose to be extremely aggressive, but I think he's afraid of a Deadly Poison Blade Flurry from Puffin. Now, he does have the Blade Flurry, but he didn't have Deadly Poison. So he still would have been able to do it with the Prep Oil, but in which case he's going to get perfect removal anyways from the Prep Eviscerate SI7 agent. That's going to perfectly kill the Sorcerer's Apprentice. And now the ball's back in Zen Style's court. He's got to try to deal with this SI7 agent, or he'll be able to get so much value out of it, killing the Mana Worm as well. Now he is going to go, hopefully he's going to be a 1 in 3 chance to kill the SI7 agent. One of the missiles does in fact kill it. So Zen now with the board back in his favor and a 3/3 Mana Worm on the board. Now, a little bit of a tough choice here for Puffin. He can choose to save either the Oil or the Eviscerate. He's not going to get full value out of either of them if he plays them now. The Oil will not go onto a minion, and the Eviscerate won't be comboed, so a pretty kind of tough choice here. I feel like Oil is probably the right choice in this situation. You give yourself a 4-attack dagger. He's still got the 2 charges on his dagger, which is always important as Oil Rogue. You never want to, unless you have to, you never want to swing in with just 2 charges, just because. You always want to wait for that Blade Flurry, that Deadly Poison, that Oil, so that you get the 2 charges in case you're low on mana, like Puffin was that last turn. Now with a little bit of a dead draw here, he does just draw into this Mirror Entity and the Mirror Image, so he's going to have a lot of mirrors on the board, but that's not really going to do too much for him. He is going to get a very decent Mirror Entity out of this Sludge Belcher, though. Not sure if Puffin saw that coming. So, Sludge Belcher, obviously not a great minion to give your opponent, but it is probably better than an Azure Drake in this situation for a deck like Zen's that uses a lot of spells. So, I think I'd probably agree with Puffin's choice in this case, if he did in fact see the Mirror Entity, predict the Mirror Entity, and decide to play the Belcher first. Now he'll be able to play the Azure Drake, and perfectly clear the Sludge Belcher. Good forethought there from Puffin, and he's got the Loetheb now in his back pocket, which is extremely important against Mage. Now, Zen really kind of on the back foot here. He's just searching for anything from the Unstable Portal. Does get the Kel'Thuzad, unfortunately, which will be 1 mana too many to spend on this turn. It would have been a good play, but it would have just gotten sapped by Puffin. And so he does have that sap in his back pocket for whenever Kel'Thuzad comes down. Now, will this be the turn he plays Loetheb? It looks like it will be. This will assure that his board stays alive for this next turn. A good draw from Zen, that's going to give him a little bit of tempo back, but he is honestly very far behind right now. He just doesn't know exactly how far he is behind, because Puffin's hand right now is perfectly geared towards being able to shut down any kind of board that Zen tries to build up here. Now, the Kel'Thuzad is extremely important for Zen. He's got to be able to get some value out of that to come back in this game. Because right now, Puffin can do pretty much whatever he wants. He can clear his entire board with spells. He can clear the entire board with just minions and attacking and sprint, which looks like that's what he's going to do. He is going to cast a sprint, fill up his hand. There's the Dr. Boom, his second Blade Flurry, and he's also going to get both of his backstabs. So a ton of removal right now in Puffin's court. Still got 1 extra mana to play with. He's going to cast Deadly Poison, and he's just going to totally clear Zen's board here just with minions. And a good choice there to clear the Azure Drake with his Azure Drake, because Loatheb would have just died to a hero power from Zen. So this keeps the 5/5 on the board. An important choice there from Puffin. And now with 5 mana after the Arcane Intellect, he can play either the Shredder or the Kel'Thuzad here. He's going to go with Kel'Thuzad. Either way, though, I think that that minion is going to get sapped, and Puffin's just really going to start to take over at this point. He's going to elect to drop the Violet Teacher instead of Dr. Boom, so he's going to get a lot of Violet Apprentices from this. This is going to be very difficult for Zen to clear unless he manages to top deck a Flame Strike. However, even if he does get this Flame Strike that he so desperately needs, it's not even going to clear the Loatheb without a hero power. It's not even going to clear the Violet Teacher. So Puffin doing a really good job of getting these 5 health minions out on the board so that Zen can't even kill it with Flame Strike. A good play, however, from Zen, he's going to grab 2 fireballs from his Archmage Antonidas with both the coin and the Counterspell Secret. Now, Puffin is thinking that this is probably either Counterspell or his other mirror entity. So he's going to play Thalnos here to protect from the mirror entity, as well as buff up the backstab. Now he knows it is in fact Counterspell. He's going to use first backstab to block that. Interestingly enough, he's actually also going to get a Violet Apprentice, even though that spell was countered. So Antonidas is going to take 3 damage from that backstab, and then he's going to Blade Flurry, and he's going to get 4 damage out of this because of the spell power from Thalnos as well. So excellent use of Thalnos. He's going to get 2 extra damage from both of those spells. And now the ball is really in Zen's court. He's going to need some kind of miracle to come back in this game at this point. He's going to be down to 6 health, staring down a ruthless board from Puffin. And that is not the card he needs. He's going to try desperately to clear as much as he possibly can with his Flame Waker. A good choice to fireball the Loatheb first, just to make sure not to waste any of the Flame Waker charges if possible. He's going to play Mirror Image, try to get some more taunts on the board. One of those shots will get wasted, however. But I think Zenstyle has pretty much accepted his fate at this point. He's down to 6 health, and Puffin has got 4 cards in hand with 10 mana, and he's ready to go. There's the Dr. Boom, and he's also going to prep out his Blade Flurry. He's going to get 2 more Violet Apprentices from that, fill up his board with 1/1s, and totally destroy Zen's board at the same time. I honestly can't see Zen coming back from this with anything he draws, even if it's a Flame Strike. Dr. Boom's gonna live, and there's not really anything he can do. Ethereal Conjurer, maybe if it grabs a Frost Nova, we could see another turn, and none of those spells are going to help. So, congratulations to Puffin. He is going to take the victory and move on to the grand finals of the 2016 Winter Championship. Congratulations to him. Unfortunately for Zen, his road does end here, but Puffin will continue his red-hot winning streak as he's going to play the heal bot for a little bit of BM here before he finally goes face with his minions to take home the victory and punch his ticket to the finals. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Please tune into the finals. Thank you for watching my submission to the caster contest.